Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Oh, let me grab the microphone. Welcome back once again to JJ's PC Build. You know it is JJ right here with you once again. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, welcome to the family. Welcome to JJ's PC Builds. And my veteran subscribers, as always, much love to you for all that you do, watching the videos from beginning to end and helping out the channel. Okay, now today we're going to do something a little bit different, and the reason why I'm saying we're doing a little bit different is because we are doing a little bit different. Today we're going to do, we're going to go on eBay. We're going to have a look on eBay. So if you ever look on eBay, we're going to do the do's and the don'ts. Basically, what to look for is as a good deal or not to look as a good deal. So I've already gone ahead and queued everything up really quick so that way you all don't have to wait. What we're going to do is we're going to look through eBay for PC parts and see what we find. See if they got good deals or bad deals. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's go ahead and go to the action screen. As always, we're going to go there. So see, I already have everything all set up, ready to go for you all. So that way we don't have to waste any time. I don't want to waste any time. I want to go right through here to see what they got for sale and give you my final thoughts really quick before the 20 minutes is up. So looking through here, they got one that has Dell $72, $74 to $270. You know, usually when you go to companies like this, you know, they usually have good refurbished. You know, if it's a company and it's got free delivery, it's pretty good. So, and we're not going to be dealing in this one thing. We want to do buy it now. We don't want to, you know, do anything that's, you know, that looks like a scam. This right here, I don't think so. Because, and like I told you before, you have to listen to me. You know, anything that they put shipping on, charge you for shipping, it's not going to be a great sale. It's like this card right here, gaming PC parts, $106.50. But that's a bidding thing. I don't know why is it bidding? The buying format should say buy it now. You know, with PC parts, you know, they got like brand new graphics card and they got shipping added to it. So you're going to pay about $155, $160 for a broken card. I don't think so. You know, PC part lot, $300. You get what you get. That looks like an EK, or that looks like a graphics card water block that's on top. You know, you probably just for $300 get a graphics card water block. You don't know what you're going to get. So, you know, this one right here, PC part bundle, Intel i5 8500, ASRock 365, 1 terabyte plus a 1660 Super. If that comes in all the package, then, you know, that might be a good deal. As long as it ain't broken, you know, that might be a good deal. PC parts, computer parts, $120 or best offer with shit. You know, you got $35 for shipping. 800 HP Elite Desk 800. Repair parts only. You know, $24.99. That might be a good deal because the case alone, you could do something with the case alone for $24.99. Do remember that it's still, if you still get a good deal for $24.99. You know, even if it's got stuff in it, that's a bonus. The case alone's worth $24.99. So that's how you look at it. $150, DDR3, 2133, Intel i7 3770. That depends on if you want to stay with DDR3. If that everything that you see here comes in a package with the 120 cooler, the AIO 120 AIO, the motherboard, the RAM, the processor, the IO shield for $150 might be a good deal. Might be. You know, as long as it works, you know, as it is, it's a good deal. Okay, now they got brand new PC parts. Okay, anytime somebody puts PC parts brand new, you know that's going to be a sham scam. So they put it right here. Why are you going to put $850 on something that ain't worth $850? You know, I mean, they got for parts, HP, you know, right here, i7 6700. For parts, 6480 might be a good deal, might not be. You know, because you got to remember these kind of systems here, you know, they got proprietary and non-proprietary. So that means if it's proprietary, that it's got a set built board in there with the special power supply and everything else. Non-proprietary means that it'll be set for standard. You know, basically you can put any kind of power supply with it and stuff like that. Systems like that I try to stay away from, even though that they're at a good deal. The only thing that you get that is a good deal out of that whole thing, and I don't think the i7 6700 is itself, the quad core is worth $64.80. So I don't think that's a great deal. This right here, PC part combo, read description. Well, I ain't going to read the description when you got an empty case right there, you know, and you're making it look like, you know, it's, you know, you got these parts here, but you got no motherboard. Okay, that's not a great deal. Now, when it comes to hard drives, you might get a great deal or you might not get a great deal. You got to remember, with hard drives, if they're used, how long have they been used? That's what you have to look at. So hard drives are not something that I really put my finger on when it comes to used parts. You know, that's something I don't put my finger on. Look at this. They show you the whole case, inside the whole case, but they say gaming PC part bundle, RGB single fan. So see the single fan that's in the back of the case? That's about all you're going to get is an RGB fan that's worth $10. And an RGB fan ain't worth $10. It's worth $1. Because ain't nobody using RGB anymore. ARGB is what's being used. So, you know, when it comes to a fan like that, it's probably a cheap old fan that you can buy for $1, and he's trying to sell it for 10. So, no, that's not a great deal. That's a deal buster for me. Okay, now, gaming parts bundle. $150 your best offer. Depends on how you want to look at it. You know, I mean, you put it on your backyard table, trying to make it look like it's something when it's nothing. So I don't, and plus you put, or best offer, plus $141.50. Look at this. Look at that. So you're trying to sell me that system for almost $300. And it doesn't even come with the case. And it's used. $300. Oh my God, that's definitely a deal breaker there. $700 or best offer. For what? There's not enough parts on that table to make it worth $700 plus $15 shipping. Open box, big mistake. $300 with an open box. Okay, let's just investigate it really quick. Okay, let's look at it. Okay, it's got wear and tear because you can tell that by the blades of the fan. It's got a deep, cool fan. Okay, looking at the RAM, I don't see any RAM in there. Look at the scuff marks on the coprocessor where it says UD series. Look at the scuff marks on that. You gotta be shitting me. And it's got an X4 slot. It's got an X16 slot. Or those could be X16, X8, X4. Two X4s and an X2 or 1, possibly. But looking at the board itself, having that many slots, 9 out of 10 chances that was, without looking at the description or anything, that was a yeah, it's just what I think it is. Let's go to the description. You know, the crypto mining. Yeah. So this comes with an i7 12700F, 16 gigs of 3200 RAM T-Force. Power supplies are included. I do not know the wattage. Okay. CPU, cooler, and motherboard also included. Don't know make of either. I believe the motherboard is a Gigabyte motherboard. With a deep cool fan? And you believe that's a Gigabyte motherboard? And there's no markings whatsoever that says Gigabyte on it. So, scam for $300? Yeah, definitely. Look at this. This is crazy. What are these people thinking? Oh my God. Look at this. You're going to buy a fan for $100? Look at this. You're going to buy a Corsair fan for $100 plus pay shipping. So you're going to pay $105 for that. You got to be sick. Got to be crazy. Evercool, overclocking, water cooling accessories. That's accessories. You're just giving it back handful of whatever. So basically, for $35, you'll take a risk and get your leftover parts that you didn't want. So why try to sell it? Why try to hide it? Just say your leftover parts, $35, take the whole thing. Just be honest with the people. Gaming PC for parts or play low requirement games. Check description details. $250 are best offer. Free local pickup. Let's look at this $250 system. Okay, it's got T group. No RGB on the RAM. It's got an 120 gigabyte SSD. It's running off of wow. I buy power system. Let's just blow it up. Yep, it's got a 480 in it. It's got an FX 8350. I don't think there's anybody that's going to want a system like that because FX is definitely out the door. So we're going to go ahead and move away from it and put our nose like we didn't even see it. Okay, so, this is just an idea, giving you guys an idea of what you can buy and not buy on eBay. I mean, when I put my nose up to something, that means I know something. That means I'm not going to tell you that it's a good deal or not. If I say I'm not going to buy it, then if you buy it, then that's at your own risk. Remember, when I'm doing this video here, when I do it on eBay, you buy at your own risk. And if I show you the deals and they're the same day deals, and going on eBay, you're going to find these deals. So, but you buy at your own risk, regardless. $99 bundle. Let's see, 2 sticks of 2666 RAM and an EVGA 450 watt power supply. Okay, an RX 570 for $99. That whole package. You don't even know if the 570 works. So that's a risk. For RM 570, $130. I paid $136 for my 1000 watt. Are you kidding me? My RM 1000E Corsair, and he's charging $130 for 750 watts. Mine's gold rated, 1000 watts, and I paid that same $6 more. I don't think so. Parts only, SkyTech. Well, when you show the back of the case, and only thing that I'm really gathering out of there is a power supply, a graphics card. Here, let's go in depth a little bit. Okay, we're looking at the graphics card, well beat up and used, and we're looking at a power supply and a fan, and you're looking at a big heat sink, because look through the fins of the fan. You're looking at a big heat sink for the processor. So that kind of tells me what you got cooking for $400. 5600X with the big heat sink? Shameful. Well, I don't know. I got the 5600G with the big heat sink, but RTX 3060 Ti 8 gigabytes and the 5600X. Let's do this. Let's be adventurous. Let's go to PC Part Picker. Watch this. And yes, you hear me typing in there. And the reason why I say we're going to go to PC Part Picker is because we're gonna take this and put it over here and see what the price is. So we're saying the Ryzen 5 5600X. Okay, so we go to the CPU, we go to the Ryzen 5 5600X right here. You add $148. Now the CPU cooler looks like they got a single in there. An air cooler, it doesn't look like it's a water cooler. So it looks like a single air cooler. And I bet you any money it'd be close to it'll be about around deep cool. Maybe. Could be. let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say it's a Deep Cool AK400. Okay, so let's say that's what's in there. 16 gigabytes of RAM. Doesn't say what kind of RAM it is. Okay, doesn't say what kind of RAM it is. So usually, most than likely, everybody's going for the T group or choosing memory. You know, usually if it's 16 gigs, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say it's Corsair. Okay, so looking at it, and it looks like it's Skytech, so Skytech 9-inch chances with the motherboard would probably be an Asus motherboard, probably be a B550 motherboard. I would say it would be like a B550 motherboard. Just a basic Gigabyte B550 motherboard. Cheap motherboard. B550. We'll just put B550 and see what we can get. So, price. I bet you they would put like a, depending on it, I would say they would put either about right here, about a B550 on. Okay. So far that's $318, and knowing them, they probably put a 512 storage in there. You know, I give them the benefit of the doubt. And knowing if it's the buyer, they're going to want 1 terabyte. So, but you're not going to find 1 terabyte for that price. You know, put SSD, knowing that it's going to be an SSD. So let's see. They're not going to put 240. They're probably going to put, knowing if it's the buyer, they're going to want to see at least a 1 terabyte. Let's see. Okay, so now we're cooking. It'll probably be one of these, because 1 terabyte is pretty cheap now these days. Probably Silicon Power, maybe. Let's just say it's a Silicon Power. Okay, $358. Now we're still looking at $399. Let's keep going down the road. Okay, so it's got a video card in it, and what they're saying is, let's see. Let's see. What do they got in there? Doesn't say. See, this is very misleading. This is very misleading. You know. Let's see. Let's do one more deep dive. See, there's always a way to find out what we're dealing with. Always away. So that's what we're looking for right now. Because usually when they post something like that, they post what it could be. You know, see on the description right here, that's what I'm looking to see. RTX 3060. That's what they were doing. Okay, so the video card that they're using is an RTX 3060. So we type in the 3060. So if they're using an RTX 3060, they would probably be using the cheapest one they can find. Probably be an MSI. We'll add that. Okay, now we're going to be moving on down the road. We'll say it's a $50 case from, knowing that it's an all-in-one. They're going to be paying as less as possible for the case. Let's just say it's this one right here. So, and we got to choose the power supply. Knowing them, we'll go by the price. We'll say it's a 500 watt power supply. We'll just say it's a 500 watt power supply to save all faces. Okay. So, and choose the operating system. Say Windows 10 Home. Okay. Say that system's worth $742.34. This one right here. This one here for $400. Okay. So, looking at that price, let me get this out of the way. Looking at this price compared to that price, do you think it's a good deal? That's up to you. I give you what my findings are. I give you what my findings are. We did a price check. It's an estimate. It's an estimate. Okay, it's not actual, it's an estimate. So this system could be way less than what you think. It could be, and look at the IO shield. It's a cheap IO shield. It's a cheapie. So, because knowing that it's an Asus motherboard, look at the IO shield. And you know what? That looks like an Asus TUF B550. That looks like an Asus TUF B550. Because I got the board over here. That's sick. That's an Asus TUF B550. Let me switch that up. My bad. Let's see, motherboards. Go back and choose motherboard. Let's be right about this. Asus TUF B5. I would say right here. I wouldn't think it would be the M, but there. That, to me, that's about what I'm gathering, that And also too, I would take the Windows system out of there because you can get it for $15. Okay, so we're only going to add $15, so it's $715.36. Okay, the operating system you can get cheap, so $15. Let's not kid ourselves. So that's where most of your price cost was. Now, if they were to get that system, it's a DDR4 system for $700. It's not a bad system. It is not a bad system. The only thing I would do differently would be the graphics card. And not pay that kind of price for the graphics card. I would have did that differently. But now you all see it's $700 compared to $400. So there's the $300 difference. 9 out of 10 chances the computer could be blowed up. You never know. All right, moving on. I did my diligence and showed you how to price it out and everything else. So let's get to the bottom of this, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Let's just get through this really quick because we're at 30 minutes and I don't want to take this any further because I know you all are busy and you got things to do. Okay, now we made it to the end of eBay. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to move right back on to, damn, and I did it again. Okay, now, this is my conclusion to you. When you buy an all-in-one computer that's on eBay, make sure you get a list detail of all the parts that are inside there and ask the question, are they working or are they not working? Don't forget this. You have to ask that question. If you can't get a solid answer from the seller, don't buy it. Do not buy it. If you email the seller and they can't give you an honest answer, and you ask them honest questions, don't buy it. Move on. Find a better deal. If the seller on eBay, any sellers on eBay are legit, they're going to tell you detailed what's going on with that system. Okay. Now, if you're buying from, a regular home buyer seller, 9 out of 10 chances they're going to sell you what they call e-waste. Don't take it wrong. Don't take it wrong, everybody. The reason why I say this is because I've seen this many of times, to where you get a single seller that's got like clothes and everything else and everything you don't want on their website. But there's only one thing that you want, and that could be a motherboard or a whole computer or whatever. One thing. That's a bad deal. Because with them throwing the clothes in there and stuff like that, they're enticing you to buy other than the PC itself. The PC is just a showcase to them. So even if they sell you just the case, they don't care. That's the kind of sites I don't go to. I look very carefully through everything to see if there's any great deals or not. And I can tell you that $700 system that picked out, you can pick the parts out way better for $700. Way better. Way better for $700. That PC is not worth the weight in gold at $400. At most, the motherboard and the graphics card and the RAM that might be in there And the processor might be worth the $400. Might be. If the motherboard's not blowed up. If it's not blown up, then it might be worth it. But when you buy either graphics cards, motherboards, or hard drives, even SSD or regular plattered hard drives, you take a risk when you buy them. Anything that you buy off of eBay, you take a risk. Unless it says brand new, you get used. I don't even buy used off of Amazon or Newegg or any other place. I might do an open box deal, but that's open box. That means it's re-inspected on what's inside the box. Now, if everything's not inside the box and they do an open box and say, hey, we're going to knock a couple $100 off, then you ask the seller, what are you missing in the box to make it a couple $100 lower? Stuff like that. See, questions like you have to ask what's missing, so you know if you get a good or bad deal. So, but anyway, that's just and if you made it to the end of this, that's just my conclusion on how to buy from eBay. If you buy from eBay and you already do this on a normal daily basis and you know how to buy and everything else, you can also, on the comments below, you can add in how you buy on eBay. How about that? Why don't you leave your comment below on how you buy on eBay? Let everybody know. So this way, this gives the first timer a heads up of what not to do and what to do. What's your experience? Put it down below on the comments. Let me know what you think, what your strategy is. Let everybody know your strategy. So this way, when somebody else sees your strategy and they go to buy off of eBay, at least they know how to buy or not buy. So leave your strategy. I love to see it. I love to give you a thumbs up on it too. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up on the video. How about that? But anyway, if this is your first time here, please subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, welcome to the family. Welcome to the community. The JJPC Builds community. How about that? The PC community right here on JJ's PC Builds. And my veteran subscribers, as always, much love to you for all that you do, supporting the channel from watching the videos from beginning to end. And yes, everybody, if you're wondering, if you subscribe and you watch, I'm getting close. I get to 400 videos. That'll be a plus. We're getting there slowly but surely, but we are almost at 400 videos. So we have 400 to choose from. If you watch them all, that would be appreciated. You can see how silly, how goofy, and everything else I am on each one of the videos. Plus, you can also get some well-informed information as well. Okay. I'm not doing this for entertainment. I'm doing this to bring my information to you. Bring my knowledge to you. So that way you get to choose when you go to choose your PC parts, you get to choose a lot better. So this way you get a heads up of what to do and not to do and stuff like that. Operating systems and everything else. So that's my conclusion. Until the next time, and I mean the next time in the next video, this is JJ. We will see you on the next video.